All right. What is going on, family? Let me get set up over here. Make sure the screen's at a good level for us so that you can see this money maker right here. How we all doing today? How's everyone's Monday? I know the stocks are booming. GME back up. If you still on that GME train, congratulations. We are making money today. What are y'all's ports looking like? As usual, give me some ones up in the chat if you're making money today. Give me some twos in the chat. If the market's neither red nor green for you, then we got to set this puppy north. And give me some threes in the chat if the market has started off red for y'all and we got to send this puppy way north. Give me an idea of where the energy's got to be. Let's see, Savvy, what is going on? Great to see you as always, my friend. Let's see, like and subscribe, guys. Appreciate that. I'm gonna pin your comment right now. Boom, pinned. DMYI to take 15% of IONQ, the world's #1 quantum computer with a valuation of $1.9 billion and no debt. Service AWS, faster than Google's, has Samsung and Gates backing. Whoa. DMYI. Okay, let's look into them. Alright, so we're getting 15.1%, it's 3.4%, okay. Yeah, the definitive agreement's what we need to make a good, well-educated investment into any SPAC, right? You saw what happened. I'm not going to harp on CCIV this week, hopefully, but you saw what happened over there. People invested in something that they didn't know the terms of just based on the company. And the companies are great who they're rumored to merge with. And you could probably ride up some hype for them the entire way there. But as soon as anything's finally announced and we never know what it is, the rug gets pulled out from under you. The terms of the deal aren't great, and the terms of the deal for that one were not great. So we always want to know what we're investing into at what price. Because I don't think Lucid's a bad company. I just didn't think it was worth what they said it was. But if they're backed by Gates, if they're backed by Samsung, I got a good feeling about this one, Savvy. Okay, I'm going to pull this over here. We're going to pull up the stack sheet. I know I promised you guys we would have this all ironed out by the end of the weekend, and we are close. Trust me, we are very close. Put quite a few hours into this over the weekend to get it hosted live on my website. I'm probably going to have that done by the end of the day. Just have a few things I got to iron out first. Connor, what's going on, my friend? How are you today? So they service Amazon's AWS. Okay, that is good to know. Maven Marketing, great to see you. Great to see you as always. Toss me some, toss me some likes up in here while you're at it. Let's go a little bit smaller. Connor meets Savvy. Savvy meet Connor. Two solid friends of mine. Savvy, I work with Connor every single day, so happy to see him in here. Maven meets Savvy. Savvy's a good guy. He is family over here. Savvy lives across the pond, Connor. Maybe he knows Stu Knights. Alright, where's our stock price at today? I don't want these two. I want to freeze both those. There. Come on. What the hell? These ones. Oh man, dude, this Shamoth, I want to unfreeze those ones, and I want to freeze these ones. The Shamoth fiasco over the weekend has just been absurd. And you got people who are upset about him selling his personal shares in Virgin Galactic. Like, they wouldn't do the same damn thing. And that's just like, I mean, it's hypocritical, sure, but it just blows my mind. Why is this selected? I need this one. I need this one to stay in their place. Oh my god. It's absurd. Give me a second, folks. Okay, is this one still frozen? Nope. wants to freeze all these though. I don't want to freeze these ones. I don't want to freeze ACIC. Anyone know how to do this? Okay, those ones are unfrozen now. Whatever. Okay. We're gonna just try to do this off memory. This is DMYI. They are merging with INQ. Let's catch up in the chat really quick. Yeah, I agree with pretty much everything Savvy just said as far as Chamath goes. You know, Chamath that's my boy, but he literally did exactly what any of us would do too if we were in the same situation. He's got only a limited amount of funds, even though he's a billionaire. You know, he's got limited resources to work with, and he's trying to lever up his investments. If he's not taking his earnings from one investment and putting them into another investment while still holding a position there, you know, he's not a good investor. That's how you make more money. That's how you lever up your portfolio. Is you need to take your earnings and you need to roll it over into a new investment. And he maintained in space, and this is what the news isn't going to talk about. They're only going to do whatever it takes to get clicks because it's a dying industry in the first place. They're going to tell you that he sold his entire stake in Virgin Galactic, which just isn't true at all. He sold 6 million shares of Virgin Galactic. He made, I think, got almost, between $1 and $200 million of proceeds from that he's rolling over into either a new pipe investment or into a fund investment. And meanwhile, he still holds over 15 million shares of Virgin Galactic in his social capital fund. So yeah, I mean, it's just people who are trying to clickbait you, people who are trying to, get on Chamath for anything they can, and they want to fight Chamath, let him fight Chamath. But in the meantime, I'm going to make money off of everything he does because he's just understands where we're going and where the near-term, long-term opportunities are. He's not trying to invest into space companies right now. I mean, Virgin Galactic is, I guess, a space company, but if you look at what Virgin Galactic does, they're not doing what SpaceX does. They're not doing what, any of these other space companies are. They're doing like commercialized space travel, but it's really just, taking a rocket really high up into the air, or sorry, taking a jet really high in the air, and then free falling in the jet, so it creates like this zero gravity effect. Yeah, I'm not sure who Meet Kevin is. I might just be living under a rock over here. But yeah, what Chamath did is just everything. Hopefully, any of us would do too, if you know what you're doing investing. So yeah, he's investing in short-term future opportunities like Renew Power. That is a short-term future opportunity where they're bringing renewable energy to India. They're not just bringing it now. It's here. The revenue exists today. $700 million of revenue to be exact. So he's investing in opportunities that are going to be around after a market crash, like I'd like to invest in, that have pre-existing revenue, give you fair valuations on them, and yeah, he just got criticized. He got tossed around all weekend. I really don't agree with that at all, but I don't need to agree with it. Again, let people tear Chamath apart all they want. In the meantime, I'm going to stay around. I'm going to make money off of what he's doing. Because I've been following him much longer than anyone who's bashing him has been following him. Very easy to get emotional when the market gets red. Get their current price info. It's at 1108, it says market cap. Okay, give me a second to change the numbers. 420. There we go. All right, now let's get the terms of the deal in here. How do I get this all home? I'm not good with Excel at all. Better with Google Sheets now. I'll worry about that later. Let's just do this. Yeah, I'm closing out some tabs over here so I can speed up this machine for us. There we go. All right, hopefully that helps. Transaction overview. Enterprise value 1.3, almost 1.4 billion. Oops. There we go. Okay. Equity value 1.99, almost $2 billion. To be fair. 15.1 and 3.4. What the hell? Oh, 15. Point. Sheesh. 15.1 and 3.4. And that's going to give us a post-merger adjusted market cap of, drum roll please, $2.2 billion. so many of these damn sheets open. Hopefully that helps. Okay. Then over here, what do we got? This is revenue, I believe. Yep. The people freaking out at Chamath are the people who just came to this show to, in the past month or two. They're the ones who are relying for all their information, or getting all their information off of Reddit, which is just, it's going to give you a lot of info, but to really feed into the emotions of Reddit, it's really easy to do too, and to really, feed into the groupthink that Reddit creates is easy to do too. I think Wall Street Bets is a hell of a community, but it's creating a lot of idiots out there too, who have no idea how investing is supposed to work, how it usually works, and they're getting emotional because the game isn't working the way that they've learned that it's supposed to work in the past month or two. I saw someone the other day blame Chamath for selling out of GME also. Like, it's what you do. It's what you do as an investor. You buy low and you sell high. And he sold. He immediately let people know that he sold, and GME continued climbing for like a day or two after that. So, he's not pumping and dumping stocks. He's getting out and he's letting people know that he got out and donating the proceeds that he made. And they still have more than enough time to get out themselves, which is not typical. Oh my God, if they want it Kathy or Warren, you can basically just discredit anything that person says as an investor from now until they die. Don't go at Kathy and don't go at Warren. They know what they're doing and you do not. But if they want it Kathy or they want it Warren, I don't think that Kathy or Warren would ever even spend enough time to give a shit. They know what they're doing. They don't need you to believe in them. All right, forecasted financials. I want to see what our existing financials look like if they have it on here. Here we go. Nope. That is incorrect. That is not. Let's see, their assets are slowly shrinking. They had 65 million in assets. They're giving us way more to work off of than we typically get, which is great. Shareholder equity is falling in the wrong direction. That'll pick back up after they go public now. I'm trying to see what existing revenue they have, if any. That would be my only hang up here on them, Savvy, is if they don't have existing revenue. Not saying they're not a good play. They're just, it warrants. Oh no, we do have existing revenue. Okay. Not much, but we have some. Oops. 200,000, that was in 2019. They did not report any revenue for 2020. Lost about 16 million in 2020. Assets are more than healthy though. They can lose 16 million for quite some time. Well, about 4 more years. But they're going to be scaling up, so we're not really worried about that. Their assets are about to dramatically climb up on their balance sheet also. Let's see, projected future revenue, we got 2021 through 2026. Let's just do 2022, 2024, and 2026. Revenue, we're projected for 15 million. Right over here, we're projected for 60. And then over here, we're projected for 522. Okay, so that's pretty aggressive growth rate there. This is 2022, 2024, and 2026. And that's going to give us a CAGR of, scroll up a little bit, see this on page 40. It is 0, so we really want to calculate from 2021 onward. Pull the CAGR calculator over here. We're going to go 2021 to 2026. Starting at 5 million, climbing to 522 million. We're going to do that in 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026, 5 years. Calculate. You don't ever want to include GME just at 200. Woo! Oh man. What a ride. What a hole. 153%. So that you can see this compared to the other ones that we have on here. It's a pretty aggressive growth rate. Not saying it won't happen. I'm just saying, just keep an eye out for those. Some of them are more conservative and more believable than others. What was this again? This was... Oh, this is total addressable market. Okay. You sold your GME. Dude, I swear, Savvy always sells the top. This dude he's an animal. Let me go look at our total market opportunity over here. Sav, you want to do me a favor? You want to find me a link somewhere online with their partnerships that they have existing, or investors backing them, because that would be great to have. I mean, I can go find it pretty soon too, after I find their TAM. Where is our TAM? Tell me how much money's in this for us. Here's what I'm looking at, just so y'all can see it. So you love seeing this. When is it going to hit this? Love seeing this. These are what our competitors are doing. Not anything really compared to what we're doing. We love seeing that. And Savvy, I know that you've been on top of them for a while now to bring them to my attention. I like what I'm seeing. I really do. Y'all can see what I was talking about earlier. They just have more. They're offering more on their investor presentation than we see most else or most other places. They got their balance sheet data on here. They've got their statement of operations on here, which is great. Shows us what's going on already, not just the future, not just projections. When they only want to offer projections, I typically stay away from those companies because they don't have much going on yet. Forget where I read it. How you doing today, Job? You loading up on more Open Door? About to find some new SPACs for us to get into. This one's looking pretty tasty. I think we're looking at a 450 to 850 billion dollar market, just based off what I was seeing. Let's see if they say it explicitly anywhere on here. JC, how was your weekend? How you doing today? You making some money? By the way, just wanted to say thank you for the donation, JC. I do really appreciate that. I didn't even notice that you had made a donation until Friday night, and I checked my email and I had one from Streamlabs on there. So thank you so much for that and all the support that you've given me over the past few months. Y'all mean the world. Really do mean it when I say, how appreciative I am of you and every single one of y'all in here. Only the beginning. Let's continue making some money together. All right, this is where I'm thinking. Yeah, I mean, Open Door is going to be back. I'm not too worried there. I think that this might be a result of all the Chamath bashing as well, as to why it's being held down still, while other companies are soaring. That's better for us. I have more time for my transfers to hit, and I have more time to go load up on more Open Door while it's cheap, because it's not going to be cheap for much longer. All right, 450. This is operating income, though. That's why it's like, I'm just going to call it 850 billion. Because I do believe it's a huge landscape. It's going to be our competitors. And lucky for us, they've got their competitors listed over here. Pull this back over here for a minute. This says D-Wave. Yeah. Look at that. Appreciate that as well, JC. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So what I'll say over here is, you know, a lot of people, and this is going to be to our advantage as well if you want to jump in here, um, they're going to see Amazon, Google, IBM, Microsoft as a competitor, and they're going to shy away from this because you don't want to go against those companies. Now, when you see what kind of lead they've already created for themselves in this landscape, even compared to them, you know, your opinion might change a little bit. So yeah, they're leading the pack. And then also, I'm going to go double check right now on what Savvy was saying earlier, that they're being backed by Samsung, they're being backed by Gates. If they're backed by Gates, they're going to be okay when it comes to going against Microsoft and you know, probably Google also, honestly, probably IBM also, honestly. Amazon is the big concern there, but what I see this, oh, thank you, Savvy, you the man. Pull this up for y'all. Try to check it out. Yeah, this is where you guys want to. It's probably what you want to check out for sure. So you can see their board, you can see their leadership team, which is great. They're not hiding them. They've got a lot of experience if they're going to be, you know, showing them off like this. But then you can see that AWS is an investor, which leads me to believe that this will be. What's going on, Scott? How you doing today? Good afternoon to you as well, my friend. You got Hewlett Packard. A lot of big names in this investment group. Samsung, Catalyst Fund. Um, what I believe is going to happen here, if all goes to plan, and you know they've got this massive lead already in the market, I believe that this person, Amazon, may end up acquiring them or acquiring a big chunk of them because it's just, oh, what's going on, Amon? How you doing, brother? I think they're going to end up acquiring them because you know you can see what kind of lead they have right here in quantum computing. It's, I mean, it's pretty fucking sophisticated concept in general, but it's going to cost them, if they do everything that they need to do, if they hit all their phase benchmarks that you see above right here, what you'll see companies do is, rather than squash them, they don't want to squash them here, they've got the lead. If they do everything they need to do, this is where companies will look for either a merger or an acquisition. So we're not going to be there just yet. They're going to go public first. We're going to see how they do public. We're going to see how they do in terms of their timeline. And then, considering Amazon is a competitor according to this, and according to their company website, AWS, you know, a subsidiary within Amazon, is an investor of them, I would probably look to see Amazon end up either buying them entirely and just absorbing them the company, or doing what they did with Plug, which is why we've seen Plug blow up how it has this year. Now remember, I got in Plug at $4 and I sold at $8 because I tweaked myself out like an idiot. But you know, learn from those lessons, and you know, you saw Plug climb all the way up to $70 something. I'm pretty sure. Um, and yeah, I can see AWS eventually either absorbing IonQ fully, or you know they like 30% of them, or you know whatever percentage they can get of them, just to be a better provider for AWS, and you know make Amazon a stronger company altogether as well. So that's what I'm looking for here. You know, they've got a lot of very strong backing, especially in the landscape. They've got Gates backing them as well, is what Savvy told us. So I'm not really concerned about their competitors. I'm not really concerned about anything else here. I think there's a great opportunity to get in here if you're interested or you know anything about quantum computing. I certainly don't really, but this company's got a pretty impressive backing here, so that's what I'd be looking for. Great call over here, Savvy. I know you've been following them for some time. I'm going to try to find something on Gates really quick. In the meantime, let me update this spreadsheet so that I can update the Google sheet later as well. It's going to be partners, I believe. So, not a partner, they're going to be an investor. AWS. Hewlett Packard being a backer is pretty big also. Let's see if I notice any other names in there. GV. Okay. And then let's see if we can find anything on Bill Gates being attached to them, because if we can do that, that's going to help us out tremendously. Where's the miscellaneous links? Okay. And that's just gonna, you're just looking here. When we're looking for these plays, we're looking for anything that's gonna instill more confidence in us. You know, we don't want to just invest in companies for the sake of them having really good ideas. There's a ton of good ideas out there. I have a ton of great ideas every single day, specifically in the shower. That's when I do my best thinking. But you know, which of those ideas are going to really make money? You know, we're looking for ideas that are really, you know, that they're attainable to achieve in the future, in the near future preferably, but with strong business models behind them, with strong backings behind them, with strong, you know, with conservative projections behind them. With a strong team behind them, everything, you know, if we can check all these different boxes, we can create more confidence in our investments. And, you know, ideally, that's what you're looking to do. We're not trying to gamble in this market. We're trying to find strong companies before other people find them. And if you do that, you're going to make a shit ton of money in the stock market, even when things aren't ripping the way they are right now. Put the investor presentation link in there. Boom, boom, boom. Let's give these rows some separation. All right, let me see if I can find anything with Bill Gates attached, and then we're going to move on. What other companies you guys want to see? Any new SPACs? I love checking out SPACs. We can check out some recent earnings that any of your investments have filed, and go through the numbers. Prefer to stick away from the OTCs, but, you know, if that's all we're working with today, that's all we're working with. We can go to the OTC market. Bill Gates. IMQ. Let's see. Appreciate that, Scott. Savvy, a file somewhere with confirmed investors and quiet investors. I'll get over to you later. Thank you, Savvy. Chain currently mooning, projected to run the entire supply chain in China and Germany. VeChain is a crypto, by the way, can be traded on Binance. Yeah, we've talked about VeChain on here a couple times, and you know that's one of my investments in crypto. Oh, sorry, JC. Give me a second to pull up this before I continue rambling about VeChain. I think I've talked to y'all about it. This is DMYI. Put it in here for you. There you go. See, there's something from Bloomberg. Oh, I don't pay for Bloomberg, so I'm not going to be able to read it, but Oh, Bill Gates is rumored to be participating in the PIPE. Okay. There we go. Okay. So just to summarize, we've got, IonQ, who is a quantum computing company, and they are blowing away their competition right now. They don't have a ton of revenue, but they've got existing revenue. They got a decent balance sheet as is. This is going to do a lot for the balance sheet, obviously, but they're looking to grow relatively quickly. 153% is what we found. This is supposed to be percentages. Boom. And we'll go ahead and push those out. There you go. From 2021 to 2026, they're looking to grow 153.36%. That's their CAGR. The market that they're looking to capture is $850 billion. That's their TAM. Now, these are their projections as well. 2019, as you can see, they did barely any revenue, only $200,000. They did nothing in 2020. Supposed to do $5 million in 2021, and then 2022, $15 million. 2024, $60 million. 2026, $522 million, and then eventually they're supposed to break the $1 billion mark by 2026 or 2027. I'm sorry, 2027 or 2028. So, pretty aggressive growth plan, but I think it's believable if they achieve everything that they're looking to achieve here. I'll fix formatting on this later. This is what they were valued at. This is their enterprise value, $1.37 billion. And then with the cash infusion, they're going to get between the PIPE and between DMYI's stack fund here. That's going to bring their equity value up to a little under $2 billion. And today you can invest in them on the market at a current valuation post-merger of $2.27 billion. So you can get in there at a pretty fair rate. Typically I'm looking for a 2 to 3 times multiplier of this, and that's going to be, considered my healthy zone. Anything above that, that's when you're starting to get a lot of speculative future growth priced in there. So, all right, let me go ahead and move on to another company. What that's going to be, we're going to find out. Let's add a couple of these. So what would that make the SPAC/merge company price prediction? So at this, where is it? 2.27 billion. This is what it would be like, if the market cap was $420 million, like it was when we started this at $11.08. That's what it's adjust to post merger. So if we're looking for a 2 to 3 times multiplier of that, let's just run some numbers over here. Let's do beautiful. We want C16 times 2, and then we want to do this one times 3. Now let's look at how many times this current price at $11.08 will go into that. And then same thing over here. Now let's multiply this. It's going to equal this times that. And then this will equal this times that. So anywhere between $19.45 and $29 is where I see that being priced at pretty fairly, at least this year, as we continue to track, one, as the merger completes. We want to see their first earnings report, first time they have public numbers out there. That's what we're looking for. But I'd be looking for, anything in between here to be healthy. And yes, you've seen how SPACs perform this year. You can easily run past that if a large chunk of hype starts growing behind this. But you would need, hype to drive it higher. Open door, but they never got that hype train, and I liked that because it gave me more time to buy into a company that I was really confident in for a cheap price. And now it's fallen back down to reality. I still think it's underpriced currently, based off of their earnings report that just came out last week. We had it on this channel. But it gives you more time, to find companies that before anyone else has found them. And yeah, you might miss out on some of these short-term gains where you've got like a, CCIV kind of play that you get in $11 and it runs to 60 and you make, a quick 500% there. But just as quick as it climbs, it falls even quicker, as you've seen. So we're not looking for those plays. If you're looking for those plays, I'm not the guy. I can't time the market. My plays are strictly plays I'm going to be in now. I'm going to be in for the next 5 years, 10 years, 40 years, or I'm going to put in my last living will and testament that, no one in my family is to sell this company unless this happens, and, you guys can sit on my bag while I'm dead. But you're going to need, with Open Door currently, with RMGB currently, you're going to need a black hole kind of force to suck those shares out of my cold, dead hands when I finally die. Because they're not going anywhere. But yeah, that's what I'd be looking at here. Picked up 4K worth. Awesome. Glad I could help you out, Savvy. So yeah, I'm going to erase these numbers as we move on, but that's what I'll be looking at over here, JC. 19 to 29. Okay. Let's click save over here. How strong is the rumor for what? Because this is going to be the actual company. This is announced. If you're talking about the Bill Gates one, I'm not sure. Savvy presented that to me, and then I went and looked at it, and I saw it on Bloomberg right before they booted me off for not being a member there. So the Bill Gates rumor, I think it has a decent level of confidence behind it for it to be on Bloomberg. But I'm not too familiar beyond that point. I still think that healthcare stocks are a big deal. Within the next 5 to 10 years, it's the beautiful thing about capitalism, folks. There's a lot of competition in the market, and don't let, healthcare is such a messed up industry in general right now that's ripe for disruption, and whoever does successfully disrupt the industry is going to make a shit ton of money. It's just a matter of who's going to do that. That's what you have to kind of figure out now. But for example, DMYI it's confirmed. It has been announced. So yeah. As far as healthcare goes, though, I was just talking to my mom the other day because I remember what I was getting last year with Blue Cross Blue Shield, and I was paying an arm and a leg. You know, I'm self-employed, so you have to pay a lot of money to get health insurance as a self-employed person. Um, so I was paying like $450 a month, which is outrageous. It was one of their top of the line plans though, because I had a messed up back, so I was looking to get chiropractic in there. Didn't even really end up using it at all for that. But when I was getting my prescriptions every month, I was still paying money for my prescriptions, and it didn't cover my allergy pills. Now I just got on this new health insurance plan this year that just came out through this company called Ambetter, and this is not to plug Ambetter, but I pay literally a fraction of what I was paying then. I don't even pay $100 a month anymore, which is awesome. Um, and it covers my doctor visits entirely, it covers my prescriptions entirely, and it covers allergy pills entirely. So that's pretty incredible. That's what I'm talking about, is that this industry is so ripe for disruption. Whoever does it is going to make a shit ton of money. And I'm not saying Ambetter by any means is going to be the winner, nor am I saying Clover. I'm not endorsing Clover. I never really liked Clover in general. But I can take a look at them once their next earnings report comes out as to what's going on with the company. Um, but there's going to be a lot of really awesome companies that come through in the next 5 to 10 years that make this market so much better for consumers everywhere. Uh, I don't know which company that's going to be. When I find one that I have a better, when I have some confidence in, I may invest in them. But I haven't really found one that sticks out just yet. But that health insurance point is just one piece of evidence that kind of supports my claims that in the next 5 to 10 years we're going to see a lot of shifting. Okay, let's look for another SPAC on here. You have two healthcare REITs in your dividend ETF. Which ones are those, Savvy? All right, let's see. This is NBA Airspan. Okay, let's do them. Let's see, what's the ticker we're looking for? Yeah, it is NBA. Let's see if I can find their investor presentation on here. there. Let's go take down some information over here. This is NBA. This is for Airspan. I believe they're 5G. All right. Okay, so let's start by getting the current price. $10.11. What's the last close at? $10. Okay, so it's up 10 cents today. And our market cap is currently $150 million, almost 51. Then let's see, let's find our transaction overview. Tell you what, I don't like that they made it this hard to find it, but I found it. Enterprise value, we're looking at 822 million. Equity value after we get our cash infusion doesn't look like a whole lot actually. Let's see, what is it source? What are these? Okay, so we're getting 200 million infused. What's that going to be used for? 166 million is going to their balance sheet. 26 million going towards transaction costs. Management incentive plan is getting 18 million. Okay. Okay, so they're paying off 75 million of debt with the cash they're getting. All right. 896 million then. What are we getting? We're getting 13% is what you see in the shares today, and 4%. That gives us a post-merger enterprise value or market cap of $887 million, so that is below what the equity value tells it is, so there's an opportunity for y'all. It's a small one, but there's an opportunity for some arbitrage in the meantime. Let's go look at our existing revenue. So this is from 2019. We did 166 million in 2019. Projected, they gave us projections through 2023, so we'll do 2021, 2022, 2023, 254, 338, and 423. This is going to be 2021, 2022, 2023. That's going to give us a CAGR of, well, we'll see in a second. In 2019 we did what? 254 million, 166 million. And we're going to get all the way up to 423. It's going to take us 2020, 21, 22, 23, 4 years to get there. That gives us a CAGR of very conservative, 26.35%. This is what I was talking about earlier, Savvy. You can always just pay attention as we add more of these to the sheet over time. You're going to see companies that have very conservative growth rates, and you have companies that have very aggressive growth rates. And then you need to investigate further if it's aggressive. Do you actually believe it's going to get there? Look at their timeline. Look at their benchmarking. Do you think they're going to achieve what they say they're going to achieve? Let's go find our total attainable market or addressable market. This is going to be good for us to know. This is not competitors, but investors. We've got Oak Investment Partners. We've got SoftBank, NEA, again, Qualcomm, Foxconn, and then let's look at, very good point, Savvy. Savvy said, some companies like Amazon who really underperform on last earnings, you have to ask why. It's obvious that they have sandbagged earnings to make things seem better for the new CEO. So they're trying to make it look like on Bezos' way out. This is what I believe, if I understand Savvy correctly, they're trying to make it look like on Bezos' way out that earnings weren't that great. So that in the first quarter that the new CEO is in effect or in place, when their earnings come back to normal, it's like, okay, company's in good hands, add some confidence for investors to just know, because when a CEO like Bezos leaves, it's a big deal. So yeah, you need to instill some confidence in your investors. So they might take a short term. It's if you've ever read The Art of War, it's a strategic loss. There is what this would be considered. We're going to lose in this quarter in our last earnings report, so that next quarter when our earnings come out, it looks like we did incredible. Things are turned around. All right, customers are Geo, Qt, SoftBank. Okay, there's that. Place this while I'm over here. Let's go back over here. Let's go find our market. Ooh, Intel is a partner over here. Man, it's tough to find the TAM over here. This is also worth noting. It's supposed to be their first year that they're profitable is 2021. Yeah, I can't find their TAM on here. this together. Let's go. GME climbing. Current is a little under $1 billion, but they're expecting it's going to grow to 47.775 billion. Let's go find their competitors last, and then we're done with this one. We can move on to the next one. Zoom in on these. Jeez, I can't read this for shit. Seago. This is going to be in their own words. People who currently own the market. The low growth incumbents. Cisco. Tunco Networks. Nokia and Netgear. I'm actually on Netgear's network right now. Alright, there you have it, folks. That is Airspan, going public through ticker NBA. Currently trading at $10.11 at the time we started this. Current market cap you see today is 150.8 million. This is what they were valued at, was 822 million after the cash infusion, and they used 75 million to pay off debts. We're going to have an equity value of a little under $900 million in the value you're seeing today is for 887 million. This would be if 1011, you know, the current market cap there, we're adjusted for post-merger, which is just going to add these two up. Divide that into 100. How many times does it go into 100? Multiply that by the current market cap, because this is all that this, what we see today at $10.11, that's all that this pool accounts for, is 17% of the entire share pool. So you can see we got the calculation in here. It's going to be 100% divided by whatever the result of adding these two together is, and we're going to multiply that result by whatever the current market cap we see today is. That gives us our post-merger adjusted market cap. Always good to know what you're investing in. I think you're getting a fair price if you know anything about 5G. I certainly do not. So I probably won't be investing in this, but if you do know anything about it, I think you're getting a fair price there compared to what they're saying the company's worth. And I think they have very conservative growth timeline. Also going to become profitable this year, so you'd love to see that. They got existing revenue. There's a lot to like about this company. I just have to do a lot more independent research myself to feel comfortable in investing in it. All right, let's look at the last one that got announced today. Evolve Technology going public through touchless AI touchless security screening systems, the world leader in that. What's the current ticker though? Oh, NHIC. Okay. It's this company. NPA. This is NBA. NB as in boy, A. Oops, don't want to go off this one. I'll do the NHIC stock. Let's Evolve Technology. No problem at all, Savvy. See if we can find the investor presentation anywhere. Used at venues like Six Flags, okay. Decent investors backing this one, it would appear. Beautiful. Love that. Big old pie. So let's see if we can carve out a little piece of that. It's going to be under NHIC. I had a great time at Six Flags as a kid, me too. A couple of my buddies were talking about getting season passes this year. I'm like, dude, season passes right now. I'd probably be down for like one trip to Six Flags since I haven't been there in like 5+ years. I was probably closer to 10 years now. Like season passes, I don't know if I can commit to that. Okay, let's go find their transaction overview. Actually, no. Let's get their current price first. $10.39 right now. Yesterday or Friday it closed at 10:03. How did you spend? I mean, well, if you come from the UK, I mean, yeah, if you go to Vegas, you got to spend some time there because it's a long flight. It's an expensive flight out there. Spend some time wherever you're going. Like, I'd like to go to Asia relatively soon, and don't worry, just hang in there. Don't start selling your Open. Open will be back. I think you did the right thing, and you're gonna be very happy with yourself. Um, a week or so from now. The market needs some time to recover. You can see we saw some signs of life this morning. We're continuing to see signs of life. Crypto market's booming. I'm pretty big over there, but I'm not. I'm loading up on Open right now as well. So it'll be back. You're gonna be happy you bought the dips, and you're gonna be making some WAP. But don't panic. 224, 30. But yeah, if you're coming here from the UK, like you are, Savvy, you got to spend some time in Vegas. If you're going to Vegas from a place like Chicago, like I've got like 3 days in me, and then like at the end of day 3, especially at my age, I'm like, get me the hell out of here. Like I'm washed up. I am exhausted. Actually, the only time I went to Vegas too, made money. I made enough money playing poker to pay for my trip. Love playing poker. Key to playing poker, you can get a nice edible. Pop that puppy beforehand. You sit in there, you're super calm. They can't read you at all because you can't even read yourself. All you're doing is reading the cards, putting chips in there, your nerves are soothed, and yeah, it makes for a much better experience from what I've found. When I'm super high wound and I'm boozing up, like they're bringing you booze the entire time, which is great about the poker room. You can't lose that much money either. Well, hopefully not, unless you're just going all in every hand like a jackass. But poker is much more of a mental game. You gotta keep it together, be calm, know the strategy, know how people are trying to read you, and play into whatever read they're getting on you. But yeah, I walked out of there with money, and I didn't give any back to the casino. Stuck to poker the entire time while my friends lost their ass playing craps and blackjack. And yeah, I made it more than enough money to cover my expenses for the entire trip. The entire trip cost you $70? What? How'd you get that deal? All right, let's see what our equity value and enterprise value are. I'm still paying attention, but I'm typing in some notes. Yeah, I have heard that about Vegas. I definitely did not feel tired. I played poker for shit. How many hours did I play poker? I played poker for like probably the first night when I really won my money, like 4 hours, and it didn't feel like 4 hours at all. It was pretty quick. But it's a marathon, and a lot of people try to play it like a sprint, and they get knocked out right away. So you can take advantage of people who are loose with their chips, which is nice. What did you? I love playing roulette. That's like the only game I'll play besides poker is roulette because it's just fun to watch the ball spin. But I'll lose my ass on roulette too. I play what is it? God, I'm gonna say it. It's not gonna be right. Like the Nightingale. Is that it? The one where you double every time. You know, you start with $10 is my wager. Lose that one, double up to 20 on the same color. Lose that one, double to 40. Lose that one, double that to 80, and so on. Right. And my philosophy is typically if it hits red more than 8 times in a row, like it's just not my night, and I'll cut my losses. But you know, I've made money on that system, and I've lost money on that system. And I rarely play the board either. Like I'm strictly sticking to black or red, maybe sprinkling green if I'm feeling really good. But you know, when I play the board, I lose, and I've only hit the number one time. Like I threw red 25. Never forget that one. I was on a cruise ship for that one though. All right, so the pipe's getting a lot of this one. let's look a little bit deeper. Times faster than metal detectors, screens 3,600 visitors per hour, automatically differentiates weapons from personal items, detects concealed items on people and in bags. So here's going to be their customers. Oh, the mat. How's this? A bit more stage. Willis Tower. Beautiful, sunny Chicago. Space Needle out in Seattle. Jesus, they got a lot of pretty impressive customers on here. Sheesh. Chicago Cubs. Manchester City. There you go, back in your backyard. Savvy. And the Chicago White Sox. I wonder if they're a Chicago-based company because they got the Willis Tower also. They gotta be, I would imagine. And Six Flags. I don't know what that one is. I can't read it. Multiple schools will say that. What the hell is this? Department of Defense as a customer. Their technology must be pretty impressive if that's the case. Okay, let's go put this in here in their notes. This is good information to know if you're investing. This is why if you watch Shark Tank, they're always listening for patents and their ears perk up. Oops. Go. Get this link in here real quick. It's probably our last one today, folks. Oh my god, they got so many more partners than I even put down. Or no, this is partners. Shit. Stanley Security. Johnson Controls. And Motorola Solutions. Our buddies, one of my buddies' guys was the VP at Motorola Solutions for like 10 plus years. Pretty cool company. They do have a recurring revenue model also. So this is 28. Okay. There you go. This company is pretty impressive, folks. I don't know a whole lot about this. I know anything you can get your hands on that's AI driven. Those are typical money makers right now. What the other components are. AI is a big one right now. If they're a pioneer in their landscape, that's another. I believe they might be a pioneer here. I'm gonna go find their competitors real quick. Okay, so they have a lot of competitors. I'm gonna put some notes also. But there we go. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing. They've got a current TAM of $20 billion, projected to grow to $100 billion. You can check out slide 28 in the investor presentation found right here to see some more information on that. Pretty impressive software from what I'm seeing so far, though. They've got a very impressive list of customers over here. They've got a pretty impressive list as well of strategic partnerships. These are not small companies by any means. One above also with Intel is pretty impressive. These are their quote-unquote competitors. They're very loose competitors, though. None of them are really, from what I can tell, looking to do exactly what they do. So if I come across like an AI-driven solution like theirs, I'm going to update this appropriately. But those are just people in the same kind of sector. CAGR is very aggressive between 2020 and 2025. But you can see that we did 4.3 million in existing revenue, pretty small. But still, it's existing revenue. A lot of companies that people are investing in today, like CCIV, Lucid Motors, don't have a single dollar of existing revenue. So, always looking for companies with existing revenue. We need something that's going to be able to sustain itself through a market crash. If the market crashes tomorrow and you're investing in a pre-revenue company, more likely than not, that company is going to go under if they're not already profitable or they don't have a ton of revenue coming in. We need to continue keeping ourselves afloat, and more importantly, we want to be investing in companies that are going to push the balance sheet higher and higher in terms of assets, lower their liabilities, and increase our shareholder equity so that our shares are worth more money. Then yeah, the stock price should always catch that. Current valuation you'd be investing in today at $10.39 is 2.0 $1.036 billion post-merger adjusted. This is the equity value of the company after they get their cash infusion, $1.746 billion. And then the enterprise value that they say it's worth right now is $1.325 billion. So this is, again, NHIC, Evolve Technology. This just got announced today. I'm going to continue trying to check this Reddit page every day to see what new SPACs are being thrown our way so we can find new opportunities as they're first being announced before anyone else has a chance to hype it up and jump on that train. That's what we've got with, RMGB up here. I'm already up 20+% on this investment. VeChain, by the way, if you would have listened and gotten into the day that I got into VeChain, I'm already up almost 50% on that investment. We're growing pretty quickly on opportunities that are just going overlooked. Open Door, do not worry if y'all are in Open Door. Open Door will be back. Open Door is a strong company. They had very impressive numbers in their earnings report. Specifically the ones that you should look for if you haven't already. I could probably do like a one-page write-up on this as well. Since I love Open Door, I probably should. Their gross profit margin per home went up from $13,000 a home to $45,000 a home, which is fucking insane. Their contribution margin went up substantially as well. I don't have those exact figures in front of me, but I can post them somewhere for y'all. Just very impressive across the board. So do not panic if you're in Open Door right now. It is a strong company. The numbers are going in our favor, even if the numbers the public is seeing right now, that people that aren't looking deep into the minutia like we as shareholders should be, they're looking at the EPS. That's why the numbers took a shit last week after the earnings report or leading up to it, along with the correction that we've been going through as well of the market. You saw that quickly bounced off 17 though. I wish that my transfer cleared before then so I could get in at 17. But it's still low enough right now to have an opportunity, and we have opportunities to get in there if we haven't already, or load up our position even more if we haven't already. So it hit 17, it bounced right back up to $21, $22. I don't know where it's trading at right now, but I know that we had Buddy in here said he's bleeding from Open Door. It's all right. It's short term. You're going to be very happy that you had a strong enough grip on those shares to ride it all the way through. We're not trading on charts right now. We're investing in a company that is currently dominating its industry. It's currently printing money, and their numbers are going to get back on track this quarter. If Q2 happens and the numbers don't even come close to their projections, then we might have room for concern. I don't see that being the case though. So just something to keep an eye out, but I'm very confident in them still. Yes, NHIC, I like this a lot, Savvy. If you want to do some more investigating in there, it seems like this might be an industry that you understand more about. Like you came to me with Ion Q and quantum computing. If you understand computers, you'd be a valuable resource to our community to shed your knowledge on computers and where this company stands, if the company impresses you at all. But from what I saw with this company, it's very impressive. It looks like they're kind of a unicorn. They're a pioneer in terms of what they're trying to do, but they're not just a unicorn that doesn't make money. They're a unicorn, a pioneer. Shit, sorry, I keep scrolling too far. That made a little bit of money, $4.3 million, but what's really impressive about them is their partnerships and their existing clientele. Their partnerships, you're looking at Stanley Security, Johnson Controls, and then the one that impressed me most is one of their OEM partnerships, our strategic partnerships, Motorola Solutions. Like I said, I'm familiar with Motorola Solutions because one of, my childhood best friends, and then I don't know if Amon is still in here, his childhood best friends also, his father worked as the VP of Motorola Solutions for about 10 plus years. So very impressive company. Obviously, Motorola's got pretty much a conglomerate over there. But yeah, these are a very impressive list of partnerships to already have, or strategic partnerships to have, and then look at their customers. You can scroll through this entire sheet. You're not going to see another company that has customers or an existing clientele like they do. You've got a lot of performing arts centers to be expected. You've got the Met out in New York. You've got Coca-Cola as a partner, or I'm sorry, as a customer. You've got the American Museum of National History as a partner, or again, customer, sorry. Bitmore State, Willis Tower is a customer of theirs. The Space Needle out in Seattle is a customer of theirs. You've got some smaller ones over here out in New York. Springsteen on Broadway. You've got Six Flags as a customer of theirs. You've got HelloFresh. You've got the Wynn out in Las Vegas. You've got Uber, New York Presbyterian, the Chicago Cubs, Manchester City, and the Chicago White Sox as customers of theirs. And then you've got, the big ones that, I think even beyond that are U.S. intelligence community, and then really impressive, the U.S. Department of Defense. If the Department of Defense is using their software, it's got to be pretty fucking good. It's the Department of Defense. So very, very impressive when it comes to partners and customers. I'll probably update the investors or people attached later on today before I update the Google Sheet. And then again, I'm looking to have this published by the end of tonight on the website with instructions of how y'all can get access to this sheet so that you can use it when I'm not streaming, and you can use it at your leisure. Because I know, Savvy, it's you're over there in the UK, all the way across the pond. I don't know what the time difference is exactly, but I know it's typically late when you get to tune in over here. So I'd love for you to be able to use this sheet when it's either early on over there for you, or if you're in the middle of the night looking for that next sexy play, you can find it on here. But I think this is a really, really cool play. I just need to do some more research on my end and see if it really warrants an investment, or if I can afford to wait. Like I said, RMGB, if you guys were here last week, we might be some of the first people in the market in on that play. Because RMGB, it was at $10.18. I got in, I think, around that same price as well. But I bought warrants on it, and my warrants are currently up over 20% as of today. So it hasn't even been 2-3 days. 7 p.m. there, it's 1 o'clock here. So you're like 6 hours ahead. Not as drastic as I thought, but it's literally been, I got in on Thursday or Friday around this price that you see here. Bought warrants, already up 20% on those. So we're going to be, ideally, we're SPAC hunting on here, right? I love SPACs. Those are my favorite investments. I love seeing current companies' earnings reports as well. So if you have a company that you're invested in that's already public and just had an earnings report, send that company my way in the future so we can go through on the public section of this sheet and we can break down how they did financially this quarter. Amazon will be a really cool one. RMGB, I'm trying to get that's I own the most equity in that company for sure, above all other companies that I own. So we're finding some really cool plays on here that are being overlooked by the whole market, and we're finding them early. And that's how you can, essentially time the market. You got to find these great companies before anyone else does, and if you do that, you're going to make a shit ton of money. And I promise you, that's a more effective method of timing the market than any charting can do. And that's not a knock on my boy TC. I love TC. He makes way more money than I do. He is a beast of a trader. He's a beast when it comes to technical analysis, but this is the only effective way that I've found to actually time a market, is find plays before everyone else has a chance to find them. And as soon as they do, you're gonna watch what happens to your share price. So, yep, that's all the time we got today, folks. I appreciate y'all for tuning in as always. Y'all are awesome. Greatly, greatly appreciated. You guys will have access to this sheet for free forever. I promise you. I don't know when I'm gonna have to start charging for access to it, just based on server size or server capacity. So if they start overloading my website because I'm hosting it on there, that's the only kind of tangible workaround I've found so far, as to letting you guys get to use this at your disposal, because I can't just add y'all to the Google Sheet, unfortunately. It would just slow down the servers, it would slow down the sheet tremendously and kind of just make it useless. But I think there's a lot of valuable info on here for y'all, so I'm getting that finished set up on my website today. By the end of the day, I'll have instructions in the Discord for y'all as well as to how to sign up for that. But everyone here, you will never, ever, ever have to pay for access to this sheet. Once I do eventually have to put that up, once we get to a certain threshold, I don't know what it is, and my website starts slowing down, I have to upgrade my servers, and that's going to cost me money. At that point, pretty much anyone new to the sheet at that point will have to pay for it, but y'all never will. That's my token of appreciation for y'all being awesome, supporting me in my new channel as well, supporting my boy TC along this whole grind as well. So that's, I think, the least I can do for y'all, for being just dope members of a dope community. If you guys have any questions in the meantime today, y'all know you can find me on Discord. Send me a private message. I respond to every single private message I get on there. But I try to, keep up to date with people who are tagging me on things as well, but I just get a ton of notifications throughout the day. And if I'm not answering on Discord, go ahead and follow me on any of my socials in the link below, Twitter, Instagram, um, whatever is easiest for you, LinkedIn even. I will connect with y'all. I will follow y'all back on Twitter. I will follow y'all back on Instagram, and then you can message me on there as well if that's easier for you. Other than that, y'all have a great rest of your day. Good luck to you. Happy trading. I hope that these SPACs make y'all some money if they're, if you're going to get into any of them. You've got way more of an educated investment coming your way than most people in the market will be. So, do with that what you will. And yeah, I will see y'all tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to stick to that. Try to stay as close to that as possible. It'll be between 10:30 and 11 most days. But yeah, I had to drive to the airport this morning, and then I, went live as soon as I got back. So 10:30 to 11. We're aiming for 10:30 though. I'll put the link in the Discord every day. If you haven't already, please smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and ring the little bell next to it so that you get notified every single time we go live, every single time I drop a new video. We're making money up in here, which is every single day the stock market's open. Alrighty, folks.